Hi everyone, welcome back. So today we are going to cover a very elementary topic about type of scale of measurement of a data set. So whenever we are given a data set, we always get immediately curious about, to know the size of the data, to know about the number of attributes. But my question is, at a glance, are you able to figure out different scale of measurement of your attributes in the data? If not, then let's go ahead and understand, and if yes, then you can skip the video. Thank you.
So first, let's see what are all the different scales for measuring data. We have total four types here. The first one is nominal, then ordinal, interval, and the last one is ratio. So before we go into detail, I would like to give you an overview of these scales based on the type of variables. So we all know we have a categorical variable, the qualitative, and the next is a numerical, the quantitative variable. So for a quantitative, we have a discrete and a continuous. So for those who don't know the definition, you can see here with some examples also. So for measuring categorical variable, we use nominal and the ordinal scales. And for numerical continuous variable measurement, we go for interval and the ratio scales. So let's see the scales one by one. So the first one is nominal variable. So here any variable with two or more categories but with no natural order or ranking implied here. So for example, blood groups, then gender, hair color, and the last, but very important example, the Jersey number, because people often get confused this with the ordinal scale, the ordinal variable, which is wrong. Because we need to remember that a nominal variable is qualitative, but they can take quantitative values also, the numbers, which are just used to identify the objects, categorize the objects. So yeah, please keep this in mind. So moving ahead, the second is the ordinal variable. This is similar to the nominal, but the only difference is it shows a kind of natural order or a meaningful ranking between categories. For example, a t-shirt sizes or a customer satisfaction survey or a public opinion survey like this. Few more examples like stages of cancer, education level. So in short, you'd see a kind of natural ranking. So the point to be noted here is we can only do a relative comparison here. Any kind of addition or subtraction is not possible. It won't make sense. So the third is interval variable. Unlike previous two, here we have numerical data and the same natural ranking among numerical categories. And the important feature here is it shows equidistant interval between values and it gives no meaningful ratios. And about the last point, true zero point market, I'm going to explain it later. So the example here for interval variable are IQ scores. You can see we have equal interval between categories, numerical categories, and the same goes for temperature. Temperature measured on different scales. Yeah, because of this equidistant interval, it's possible to make a relative comparison or addition and subtraction between categories. But if we want to take ratio between two values, it won't make sense here. For example, let's say for temperature, 40 degrees Celsius, we cannot say that 40 degrees Celsius is twice hot as 20 degree. And same goes for IQ scores also. So we should keep this in mind. So the last is no true zero point, which is a very important feature because it distinguishes interval from ratio variable, from ratio scale, which we'll see next. So as of now, just remember that interval variable has no true zero point. Here, the zero is not real, it's just an arbitrary point. For example, when we say a temperature of 0 degree, it doesn't mean that there is no temperature. Here, 0 degree is fixed arbitrarily based on the freezing point of water. So it's a very important point. Mark it and keep it in mind. So the last is a ratio variable, which is similar to the interval scale, except at two places. First is it forms meaningful ratios, and second is it has a true 0 point. It has an absolute 0 point, which is not arbitrary, which we will understand more here. First, let's see example of a ratio variable. It could be distance traveled between two cities, or it could be salary in your account, or a weight of bag of candies, or height of plant. Now let's understand this feature true 0 point or absolute 0 point. So ratio variable shows true 0 point. It means that it has a fixed starting point, and that is 0. So when a variable equals to 0, it means there is none of that variable, none of that feature. It shows complete absence of that feature or that characteristics. For example, zero weight means no weight. So the last two features of the ratio variable, which are meaningful ratios and the true 0 point, these are very important because it will help you to differentiate ratio scale from the interval. So going forward, we have some more examples of ratio variable: a person's age, correct number of questions you attempted in a quiz, and then we have a question to solve. I leave this up to you. Now, this is a summary of mathematical operation or the measure of central tendency, the measure of dispersion, etc., based on for each scale. So I hope it helped you, and I think that's all in today's video.
So in this video, that's all guys. Thank you so much for your time, and just to inform you that many of you asked me to start from the basic topics of the data science. So next series of my upcoming videos, that will be mostly on descriptive statistics. So don't miss it. Thank you.